right. Welcome back. Everyone needs an Aquarius. We are back. We are back. Oh, we recording early, y'all. So y'all gonna get all this stuff a little bit early now for this week.
Yay.
So before we even get started, I want to give a rest in peace to Voletta Wallace, Biggie's mama, who passed away, and she was in a hospice care.
Oh, I didn't know that she was in hospice.
Oh, but allegedly his mom took his 10 million and grew it to 150 million.
Damn, good for her.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Kids are cool.
Now, keep in mind she's been collecting on niggas though too. So some of this ain't just some of this is like going knocking on doors, being like, give me my son's royalties. You use
I know that's right.
You use these Biggie lyrics. And another person is a person named Diddy. I know she done knocked on his door multiple times. I had to come check it.
And I was gonna say, wait, and good for her because his kids got something. But then I was gonna say, now that daughter, Biggie's daughter, I'm gonna need for her not to be bailing and bonding niggas out of jail for $1 million. Okay.
Yeah,
be responsible with your money.
That wasn't a good look. I'll admit that wasn't a good look.
Yeah, so rest in peace to her, trailblazer.
Yeah. I mean, she was out there. I mean, she's the one that really if people don't know, she's the one that she didn't solve Biggie's murder, Biggie and Pac's murder, but she put the lawsuit in that put the pressure on the LAPD, and then the LAPD had to put pressure on the Las Vegas PD. So like everything kind of got solved because of Voletta Wallace suing the LAPD for saying, "Hey, I heard it was one of your own police officers that killed my son, and y'all doing a bad investigation. What's up?" So that's what started the task force that got us a lot of information we have now about the murders of Biggie and Pac. Is because of Voletta Wallace putting that lawsuit in.
Good for her.
He wasn't fucking around. Voletta was not fucking around.
I mean,
Jamaican woman that didn't fuck around.
And and that's the thing is like when you have a level of power, notoriety, money, it sucks that you even have to do that. But I mean, it also make like they would do that simply because of that alone, and that's sad. Like y'all know what it is. So yeah.
So shout out, and then rest in peace also to Roberta Flack, the great Roberta Flack, man. I mean,
I was at a wedding.
Killing Me Softly is her.
Listen, that's what I was gonna say. I was at a wedding Friday. Congratulations to my friend Priscilla and Joey. Oh my God. Me and Priscilla used to live together back in the day, and we had so much fun. But they were playing Killing Me Softly, that version, at the wedding.
Oh wow.
And I was like, oh my gosh, like that's crazy. I just heard this the other day. So
I mean, Words of Love with Donny Hathaway. I mean, you got The Closer I Get to You with Donny Hathaway. Feel Like Making Love. Roberta's got some joints, man, and she wrote for a lot of people too. It's just, man, it was just one of another our legends gone, man. She was in her 80s, so I mean, you don't expect it, but you know, it's getting closer than what you think.
Yeah.
But man, great Roberta Flack. Rest in peace to you, sister. You will definitely be missed, and you put a lot into this music game for us.
Yes.
All right, let's jump on in. Where do you want to start at? Do we need to spin a wheel or something? Do I need to get like a wheel for us, and we pull all our topics on a wheel?
I don't know. Okay, it's kind of tricky because there's so many things that have happened. I feel like we can start a little bit with some shenanigans.
All right.
So let's go with Steve Smith.
Senior. He goes by that because he has a junior. I always hated when my dad did that shit too. Like, nigga, just call yourself Steve Smith. Why you gotta be Steve Smith Senior? You the first Steve Smith. Obviously, I'm the junior.
So let's get into that a little bit. And
man, Steve Smith
was outed by his mistress, husband. And not only was he outed by him, but I mean, we got photos of all of this.
I'll read some of the text messages if you like me.
Text?
So then I'm gonna play the phone call between them two.
All right, you got it. You prepared. Look at you.
So Steve this is him texting his wife. See, now you teasing me. Wow, you look stunning. About to go work out. I'm getting a little chuck. Then he sends a picture of himself. Not a penis, just himself. Actual self. He's a trainer he's a coach with the Baltimore Ravens too.
Right.
Then she go, yes, sir. Take me deep down your throat like you kind of like. You wanted to suck me off. I did. I would have gagged on it, but I had to come home. You enjoy it. You like to feel it. I like feeling it deep in my wet pussy. Me too. Letting you taste it though will be so of a turn on. I shot my nut all inside your pussy. I love making you come. I enjoy it more when you come inside me.
Oh,
Noted. You get to feel it. All right, that's just some of them. Now, there later on, he says to her, and I said to Matt, because Matt told us we needed to talk about this. She said, you moved my IUD, it went so deep. At that point, I can't go home. If I read that, I'm not going back home. When I read that part of the text message, you moved around my IUD. That means I ain't doing shit. Number one. Number two, you are the king dingling. Obviously, if you're moving her IUD around, and I'm assuming this has never happened with me. If she has never, I don't know that situation. But regardless, you move the IUD around, she's your woman now. She's yours. She is yours. Because you don't move. And no, I'm reading it. It's not like, hey, I heard on the phone, I heard about the doctor or something. She in there, you dig so deep, my IUD got moved around. I mean, ma'am, I can't go home. I'm not going home. I'm not going home.
Wait, D. I just
I feel it'd be like when someone is getting actually abused, like an abusive relationship, and you can't go home. That's how I feel. I got abused by Steve Smith's dick when he went inside her.
It's so funny. Like, I can't go home.
I can't go home.
I can't go home. You so. Yo, okay.
He's yours now. She's yours now.
There's a lot to unpack here.
He's yours.
I don't have an IUD. Never had interest in an IUD, so I don't know. I know where it sits, so I guess technically that could be possible. But like, ladies, there is a such thing as too much dick. This sounds like too much dick. It's not comfortable. Okay. I just wanted to say that. I think it's funnier. It's not funny because this stuff like this is never, because it's a catch-22, because when we hear situations like this happen to other women, we have all this rancor and energy toward the male, that is committing the adultery, and why is this other girl trying to put people business out there, or bring it to the streets or whatever. No.
I didn't get to that part, Dom. He shouldn't have brought it to the streets. I'm saying I wouldn't have went home.
I know, and you're a very serious face again. I know, but I'm saying because I
wouldn't have went home.
Okay, but
y'all would have never heard about it. You just saw me doing the podcast in a different place. Like, where you at? Don't worry about it, nigga. We still do the show on our normal day.
And it's a lot to.
And I'll text you during the show. IUD moved.
Daryl, is that something that you want to tell me? Because I feel
no. I ain't never had that happen to me. Well, I mean, I done moved a couple of IUDs in my time, but I have, no lie. But if someone else said that in our chat I'm reading, that means you digging her out.
Okay.
That's yours now, buddy. And I'm fine with that. I'm a man enough to let it go. Didn't Tony Bryce say just be a man about it? I'm being a man about it and leaving.
All right. Okay, Daryl. Okay.
Look, I know that's not the same reference from the song. It just sounded good for the moment, y'all.
I mean, I got it.
But it's not the same thing with the song. The song is a totally different thing. But it just kind of rolled for the moment, y'all. So very, it was just be hyperbolic and laugh. Keep going.
So, with that said, the whole thread itself is kind of interesting and funny, and that's what I was saying. It's a catch-22 because if this was the flip side, where this was a chick bringing to the streets, and he's saying the same thing that we would say as women, like, that she's married. You're very well aware that this woman is married. Isn't he supposed to be married too?
I don't think he's married.
Okay. But he's
just a Ravens band leader or like a part of the band or something like that.
Okay. So he is like the husband is just very clearly upset and rightfully so. But he's like, you knew she was married and you still mess with her and blah 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 blah. So it's
no, I'm wrong. Steve Smith is married.
That's what I'm like. I know when I read the messages.
Yeah, he's wilding in Jesus Christ,
nigga.
He been married since 2000.
Listen, that's what I thought I read when I saw the article.
He got a type though. I'll say that he got a type.
We know it ain't black.
Yeah, he got a type. He got a type.
But ultimately, it's just wild because, like, I think the funniest part about this, outside of that, are the photos that he's sending.
Yeah,
it is that, like, it's so funny because it's like, yeah, I'm in the gym, but it's like he don't have no neck, and so it's like head and shoulders. And these hats, and he think he look good in these pictures, and I was like,
now something about him, Don, that you may not know. Steve Smith is a petty man.
Okay.
So he's not a big white. He was actually he had to struggle to, not going to say struggle, but he was not a prototypical size for a wide receiver. He was only 5'10".
Okay.
Like 5'9", 5'10". So like he'd be fighting people and being petty and doing all kind of shit to people. So it's fun. The reason
what is the normal height for a wide receiver?
6'1", 6'2".
Okay.
6 foot. Like he's like Steve Smith might even be like 5'9", even like
okay,
something
so like my height. Okay.
Yeah, like and then you think about a wide receiver in NFL, like and making it.
Yeah.
Like because he went to Utah back in the day. Let me see, how tall is he? Because he's like he's only a year older than me, actually. No, he's 2 years older than me. Height.
So is he now like a commentator or something?
No, he's 5'9". He is 5'9". So it makes it even crazier. He was one of the top wide receivers at one point in the NFL at 5'9". That's crazy.
Okay. Well, good for him.
So, but he's always been a petty man, though. Like he's always been up to hijinks, fucking with people on the field, fighting, doing all kind of shit. So it's funny that this phone call happens like this that I'm gonna play for you because he be having a lot of smoke with people, and I was surprised he acted like this. So here we go.
Okay.
Hey, yo, Steve.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you've been f***ing, bro. What you gotta say for yourself?
First of all, this is just me, Dom. I'm gonna continue with y'all. I'm not trying to stop it.
Podcast, we definitely discuss healing. We discuss aspects of psychology. We discuss you becoming the best you, mental wellness,
for sure,
health.
femininity, parenthood, dating,
definitely dating,
single parents. And it's from a lens of two psychologists,
Yeah.
So,
but also two people who grew up like with both parents, married parents, and then like you all know that Chloe and I are the youngest of our crews, like her siblings and my siblings. So so it's from that perspective.
Yeah, looking at life through that lens.
Yeah.
So you're gonna get a whole lot of things from us. From us being women, going through life as parents, and all of these awesome attributes. But yes, womanology, the study of women.
The study of women.
I know that y'all get mad when we stop our clips to talk. I'm never gonna tell another man, ask another man why you fucking my lady. That's just me though.
Right.
Maybe that's my old school thing with it. Like me and you ain't got nothing to discuss, player. I'm only talking to her about that shit. That's just me.
Stuff.
I'm sorry.
You're sorry? she was married. Yeah, man, you're fucking Steve Smith Sr. What kind of dumb shit is that? Why are you quiet, man? Be a fucking man. Steve. You're a man, bro. All that shit you do on TV, all that fucking you do to other people. Now someone's got you on the phone, you can't even fucking up.
He was snickering.
He just hung up.
And honestly, I'm surprised he even stayed on the phone that long. You know,
Or even answer the phone, period.
Or even answer that. But he also, if he didn't know the number, he probably
no. You are an NFL athlete. You just didn't pick up the phone. We don't answer phone calls for all these spam calls and people calling.
Well, it say spam. So okay, so here's the thing. I've only picked up the phone recently, just in the the situation went on in my house. So that's why, because there have been doctors, nurses, all of this stuff.
So maybe he has a situation where he was looking for a call.
Yeah, and
it's a local number too, though, because they're all in Baltimore. So
yeah.
But even as soon as he said, "Hey, Steve, it's me," click.
Yeah, I would have. I would have.
Or I'm gonna be petty in the first place. Yeah, I fucked your bitch, nigga, in your crib too, nigga.
It's the I'm sorry.
You gotta go either way.
But it's like, I'm sorry, and it's like, you're sorry, and I would have just hung. I wouldn't even gave him that.
No, I'm saying go stand. If you gonna, I was saying if you're gonna talk to him, I'm gonna talk shit. Then you gonna have to try to kill me, then, nigga, because I'm gonna be like, yeah, I was fucking in your crib too. Don't y'all got pink pillows in the guest room? I'll make up some shit. That's for niggas. That's for a nigga over there and look. Do it.
I am just like, it's wild. It is. It's just wild. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. And I don't think. Here's the thing. I don't. If I've been cheated on,
Keep in mind this dude that's doing all this stuff though too, Dom. He's a sucker for this shit though. The husband is too. Don't get it twisted.
But okay, look. Yes, absolutely. Because it ain't even like you went off on this nigga. Like, you just call him and you putting this on the internet make you look silly as hell.
Weak.
Number two, I've never confronted a woman about a situation with my dude. I never have. But again, and this is not me being cocky, I only know of one particular incident, but I didn't say nothing to the girl. I only said something. I said something to the guy I was seeing at the time.
Yeah,
because
that's what you're supposed to do.
Because I'm like, whether she knew about me or not, I don't give a fuck. My problem with you.
Yeah, exactly.
So I've never been that person, but also I got my lick back. And at the end of the day, people are gonna do what they want to do. They just are. So you calling him and he gave you that sorry ass apology. What did you want from him? What did you want from him? That's help me understand what you wanted, because
I don't know what was the purpose. What was supposed to happen here?
So yeah, I don't know. That's
man. I Steve Smith, man, like you gotta tighten your game up too, man.
Yeah.
Yo, y'all cats mess with people y'all work with, man. I get it. Cheating is what proximity. I know all those different psychological effects, but man, it ain't worth it to be cheating with somebody at the gig. That's the easiest way to get jammed up. You are an NFL player. You can't find somebody in Seattle that you fly out and go see. You got the means. Why are you cheating on the home base like that?
Because it's easy. All that other stuff requires.
But then how you get caught up and you all in that being made fun of right now?
Listen, it is easy. Like Sunday morning.
You want me to read something more than these text messages for you?
Yes, because you really want to.
Hold on, let me find it. Turn you over and get deep. And he sends a picture of
I'm sorry. You just started right there.
But, hey, turn you over and get deep.
Oh my gosh.
Hold on, here we go. Hold on, let me get through here. We got some more here. But if you give it to me, I'll give it to you, Daddy. Tony Martinez is the husband. He's a sucker though for all this, releasing all this stuff though.
This is, but he hurt people.
No, I get it. But I would have had that lawsuit ready to set up and everything for all this, and everybody would have had to holler at me to get me not to blow this shit up. I'd have had all my shit to my lawyer. Because you can sue someone for being impeding like the ending of your relationship if they got bread.
Oh, see, I ain't know that.
Depends on the state. You could say because you are the part of the reason I can sue you because you were part of the reason, impetus for the ending of my marriage.
Okay. So, well, that's good to know.
Yeah, and he an NFL dude. Oh yeah, you an NFL dude banging out my wife? Huh? Let me go to my lawyer, shout out to B-Dub, and I'm gonna be like, here you go, all the information. What can I get? That's my next, because I'm not living at home no more, so I do need the money pretty fast. Because I didn't go back home, so I'm living in the car.
Yeah, right we now. Know because he knocked the IUD out the place.
So I'm living in the car. I'm like, you're right. No. And my lawyer may let me stay in his other crib after he see the IUD part. He's like, you need somewhere to stay, huh? Because you can't go back home.
Oh my gosh.
So, oh man, then I know people hurt people. Hey, everybody grieves and not grieves, but goes through pain differently.
Okay, so I have a question before we move on.
Yep.
So, do we consider women suckers when they do this? Like when they go to the internet about what they?
Of course, yes.
Okay. I just wanted to know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now I do. It's like No, I ain't gonna say that. No, because that's not how I want to say it. I think women get a curve on it, like a curve.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah.
They get a little bit of grace more than a man does. I will say that. There we go. Yeah. There's a better example.
Okay, that's what
But in general, I'd be like, dude, that's some sucked up shit that you fucking put all these messages out and everything.
But also, because like I think about like the situation that just happened with Ocho Cinco and Sherelle.
Mm-hmm.
And she said that he was messing with all of these different people. And then just like Matt Barnes' fiance or Anissa, whatever her name is, Beverly Johnson's daughter. And it's the same thing, like, putting his business out here. I feel like we give the wives a little sympathy. It'd be the sides, because the majority of the time we see the mess, it comes from the side piece, and it's like, girl, you look crazy as hell. This man is married, blah 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 blah. Whereas for the wife, it's kind of like, damn. But then it's also like, depending on that, like, and it sucks to say, like, certain professions and certain industries where it's like you kind of knew what was coming with the territory, though. So it's kind of tricky to navigate and what to say. I just know I'm always getting my look back. I'm just letting you niggas know. So,
man, but no, Steve, man, you got to tighten up, man. You got to tighten up some. and Mr. Martinez quit being a sucker is all. I mean, you know, the other side of the game is, you know, your girl chose me. You know, sad to say, but it is what it is.
That's what it is.
You gotta get over it. Like this is the type of stuff you be thinking. That's how dudes end up killing their lady just because. Hey, she wanted to move on, maybe. Cool, whatever, man. You gotta let's chalk it up. We'll get through the hurt. You gotta just dig in. You gonna hurt, cry, do whatever you need to do. You know, maybe it's what you can do. Maybe you know what? Let me take that back. He could have did worse and killed her and that man. So if this way not to do no violence, maybe I need to let it slide. Because a lot of dudes would have went and after I saw the IUD, a lot of cats would have shot her.
Man,
you move my IUD. That's a real gut punch for a brother. Like I'm telling you,
baby. I listen. Speaking of men,
yeah, go ahead.
So, Tim Norman.
Oh.
And for those listening who don't know who Tim Norman is, he was on the reality show Sweetie Pies that aired on the OWN network.
Welcome to Sweetie Pies, yeah.
Welcome to Sweetie Pies. Tim shot with me a couple times at Saks when they had Sweetie Pies out here in the Valley, which you will later find out on the show that wasn't necessarily approved by Miss Robbie. I went there. My greens tasted like a lighter fluid, but that's neither here nor there. Everything else was good. They took it. He, made sure the people took care of us while we was there. But this ain't about this. Because Tim Norman ultimately got caught up in a murder for hire, which they did murder his nephew, trying to get insurance money. And also somebody that was affiliated with Nelly was a part of that too.
Wally.
Yeah.
Wally, one of the producers in Basement Beats. That was the cast that did all Nelly's first album. Yes.
So Tim Norman is behind bars, and to pass the time, he has a girlfriend. He has a new girlfriend, y'all. And she's sharing images and letters on the TikTok. So I want to read a little bit of the letter that he sent her for.
I'm not in this, so y'all look.
Valentine's Day. You're sweeter than honey. You're spelled Y-O-R. You're more precious. And he put parentheses around it. Then go, I want you in my life until the day we grow old. All my life I pray for someone like you. And I thank God that and I want to know y'all to know it. Do say I thank God that I finally found you. Let me be yours. I don't need a Valentine gift. I already have you, and I'm sending my love to you through the mail. And it's like he drew a happy face with with the phone, like holding his hand like the phone. I want to be the only man in your life that put a smile on your beautiful face. My letters are dedicated to only you because you're more valuable than.
Is yours spelled right this time?
No. Okay. Diamond.
So the first one was the
first one? All of it's wrong, Daryl. All of it. Okay. But anyway, he says you're more valuable than diamond in my eyes. When I talk to your voice, that is correct. The correct form of your consistency. You're incorrect. The true definition of the apple of my eye.
So the spell right one is the typo version, basically in his mind.
And he is dating some white woman, burly looking. That's not fair. I don't know her. But yes. So he's seems to be doing well behind bars. Him, his hips. So yeah.
Like I said, I don't really have too many comments on Tim. My people is Janae. I really don't comment on it too much with that brother. Too much, But he's, huh?
Pause it.
All right. Next up, let's Let's go to it. You know, the people's people. It's the people's show, yo. Hold on. It's the people's show. All right. Surviving Diddy. It's a lot of updates. There's two different sets of updates this time.
A lot going on.
Which one you want to go with first, Don? You want to go with?
What did we last said when we last spoke about this? Was it last week?
The case had been dropped against.
The case had been dropped. Okay, so let's just go there. Okay, so Tony Buzbee actually was disbarred from New York City, so he can't.
Not disbarred. He was. He's not disbarred. He's just prevented from practicing in the southern.
Oh no! He's barred. He's totally barred. Like he cannot.
Oh
no! He cannot practice law in the state of New York.
Oh wow! Okay,
yeah. All right. So it adds a plot twist because you remember he is the Ambalam, as the black folks will say.
I'm gonna read even more. So he was doing this shit, and he doesn't have any jurisdiction there. So they like, fuck you.
Oh, he didn't take the bar in New York?
So this is the article from Yahoo.
Realize how crazy that is? Okay. So here we are.
And normally what people do is they'll just get some else and test themselves onto their life.
Yes.
He didn't do that. No, he says fans have heavily criticized Tony Buzbee, the lawyer who represented Jay-Z's rape accuser, after he was barred from practice in Southern New York District. Buzbee report didn't ask for permission to practice in the district and was denied the request after doing so.
Damn. Yeah, so that's what because that's what I was saying. Like, typically what happens is that somebody will come in on like as counsel too, and you would advise them.
Yeah, and you just attach your license on them.
Yeah, and so ultimately he didn't do that. So now they like, you can't even try if you wanted to. Which is an interesting turn of events because remember, he is the hotline responsible for having all these people call and saying what their events happen between them and Puffy and the family. We're going to say that because it was a lot of different people involved. And he is more so notoriously famous for the case that he brought against not only Puffy, but Jay-Z, which again, just got thrown out. And they cannot re-enter that case either into the system. So yeah. So we have that part because now it's like, what's going to happen to the other cases that he took on because of this? Is he able to pass them along to somebody else, or is it just a wash?
Hey, Tony Buzbee is Top Dog Law. You heard that commercial?
Yes.
Do they have Top Dog Law in Cali?
We don't have Top Dog Law. It would be. I don't know.
Top Dog Law is nationwide though.
Like, it is, but I've heard of it, but I don't think I've seen the ads out here.
Well, he's based out of Philly. I know that, but the ads be on here crazy. And I went to Chicago, ads on there crazy with Top Dog Law.
I guess technically he would be because there's this guy called Sweet James, and it's here. It's here. I've seen it in Arizona. Maybe I'm trying to think if I saw it in Nevada, but I can't remember. But I know for sure those two places.
No, they are in LA. Top Dog Law in LA.
Okay.
West 3rd Street. 8124 West 3rd Street.
What's that zip code?
90048.
Okay.
Where's that at? Where the hell is that at?
I'm wondering, I think that's more closer to K-Town, like Koreatown.
He got a million different offices because it's one in St. Louis on Lindell.
Damn. He's like making your money.
He got Chicago, New York, Pittsburgh, St. Louis, LA, Phoenix, Las Vegas.
Damn.
But that's Tony Buzbee, though. He Top Dog Law.
Yeah. So that's just. I mean, I'm interested that he gonna have to throw out them cases. And here's the thing: he messed himself up directly going after Jay-Z because they did all of that. That's where you really fucked up. And now, and you know, we spoke about it last week. Now Jay-Z is countersuing him, but I don't think people. We get in this mindset. We all have somewhat of a God complex a little bit, where we feel like we're untouchable, and it's like, but you're not. And this is what happened. Like, if I practice law, like now, I know out here in the state of California, you don't have to go to law school, but you have to pass the bar in order to practice law. And I hear the test is kind of hard.
California is one that I believe California may be the hardest state,
and it's the only state, if I'm not mistaken, where you can take the bar, and if you pass, you can practice law.
Yeah, I don't think you have to go to law school necessarily in the California. Yeah, that's one of them states.
Yeah,
and I believe if you pass California, you can get yourself into other states easier. Like, all right, well, shit, you pass that shit, then let's fill out some paperwork, and you're good. And I think, California, New York, Texas, Florida, I think are the hardest, and Illinois too. So for some crazy thing, Illinois is harder too.
Really, I didn't know that.
Illinois is up there. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's just crazy seeing all of this unfold from that one event. You know, it's just kind of spiraling out. Karma be coming back sometimes real quick on people. Like, she's like, you know what, we're not waiting here, and here it is. Because like the fucked up part could be, what if he does have a victim in a person in his hand that is actually a victim? Yeah. So now you either passing that along or referring them out to somebody that can handle that, but you're not getting that money.
But it dampens all your other cases, because this is a win for Diddy. I mean, at least on the civil side, the feds is the feds still.
Yeah, they still pressing.
They still fetting. They still fetting on their side. This ain't got nothing to do with them. We're gonna talk about that part of the case in a second. But it's interesting because he is going to be Tony Buzbee is in a trick back now where he's going to have to drop all these cases or try to bring them up in the state of Texas. That's the only other way around it. And make Diddy's lawyers have to go into Texas and deal with him in Texas.
Yeah. Yep.
That's the only other way with it. You know, now the only problem is that those judges there could throw it out and be like, that's not my jurisdiction. It just all depends. Maybe he might be cool with some judges down there or they might have already told him, you need to go try this up in New York because that's where it was. You claim that's where it was. Yeah. They got to do it in Texas. Unless any of these assaults happen in Texas soil, then we can't do nothing for you. So
he was being greedy. Yep.
He thought he was gonna be that. He thought he was gonna be that motherfucker. He thought I was like, I'm finna tell Jay-Z. Tell Jay-Z, call Tony, and we need to discuss it. I'm talking about $5 million minimum.
Yeah, he thought he was gonna get paid.
He thought he was gonna play a little hardball. I'm gonna put her up on the TV show, like you said, it backfired, but I'm gonna put up on there, put a little pressure on him because she doing an interview on NBC or whatever. Put a little pressure. But that woman didn't. She actually messed up the case more.
Yep.
So on the other side of this, Diddy's attorney, one of Diddy's attorneys, main attorney, quits his case.
Yep.
I'm Doja. They sleep. Yeah, we part of Just Posted Podcast, man. The best show on this network. Come on, check, girl.
Seriously, man. Just Posted. It's just me and Doja sitting back talking about what the fuck going on in the world and the streets.
We said labor of love. He said labor of love. I ain't say that shit. Shout out to you know what I'm saying, everybody coming to watch though, man. We really appreciate y'all. Holla at y'all later.
Hey man, this nigga just tall for no reason.
I'm gone.
And he do regular jobs. Don't forget that.
He's one of his top attorneys. Brother's name is Anthony Rico Ritchie. I believe he's a brother too.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. And he looked like a brother that would be doing you good in a defense attorney. He looked like a damn good defense attorney too. Looked like one of the ones he come in there while you in the box. Oh, I'm gonna get up out of here about 48 at the minimum. I'm gonna get up out of here with Rico.
You know, I wonder if so I'm like, I have so many questions because how does there's
Did you see the TikTok dude that claimed that he's the reason why he left?
That Puffy's the reason why he left?
No. Oh, did I ever send you that thing? So it was one of these kids, and I did send it to you. It was a kid that used to hang out with his other son, not Justin. What's the other one? Christian's King Combs, right?
Yeah, Quincy. Yeah, no, that's Christian.
So this kid, and so the one kid, I was trying to figure out who his dad was. His dad's somebody famous too, but they all went to school together and he used to hang out there. And he found that he was walking around Diddy's crib and found a whole bunch of different shit. He had put this out like a year ago.
Yeah, I remember that.
This same kid popped up on my thing saying, and I didn't get a chance to watch it because I was at Xander's practice and I didn't have no headphones. But and I was like, he said like, yeah, I'm the reason that lawyer dropped out of the case, but I didn't get to hear why. Like what was his reason why?
Yeah.
That the Anthony Rico dude or Tony.
So
He probably go by Tony.
Well, yes.
Let's call him Tony.
What did they just discover that made him drop out so close to this going to trial? And I don't know. They have a trial date, but Diddy been in jail for it's been in jail for a minute.
Yeah, he went in. What he going around November?
October? September, October. But
yeah,
he's been in jail for a minute, and I'm just what happened? What was the fallout? What did somebody tell you? Because a high profile case like that, even if he didn't beat this case, you still had enough back end where people will probably maybe still call you to represent them in the future. You know what I mean? Because this guy is supposed to be a really high profile person, like you said, that has tackled a lot of big cases. And for you to just kind of walk away from this, I'm like wondering what the hell is going on.
I mean, we know that we won't find out because client privilege, whatnot. I mean, it's weird because he could have just, and maybe I don't know, because a part of me is like, it gotta be something because he could have just stood there and get a check even if he knew Diddy was guilty.
Yeah,
I wonder what is it, or maybe he was hard to deal with. Maybe like, but even if he can't win the case, it wouldn't matter. I can just get all this money from Diddy and just juice him out.
Oh, it's weeks before the trial.
Yeah.
So they said, okay.
Unless Diddy's like on some like, no, we ain't doing that or this or, hey man, or maybe he might be telling them, hey man, you may take 5 years.
But under no circumstances, I can't continue.
Right, but he might be telling them like, hey man, you need to take this 5 years as a plea deal. Yeah, and Diddy like, no, I ain't doing it. And be like, dude.
Combs has been accused of trafficking 3 women and is awaiting a trial in New York on sex trafficking and racketeering charges, which he denies. But who is Anthony Rico? What is
that's the lawyer? Oh,
yes. And what is the reason he has controversially quit weeks before the highly publicized case was set to start? And then it says where he got his degree from, and then it says that he served as counsel on the World Trade Center bombing conspiracy cases.
I know.
Osama bin Laden.
He ain't no joke, man.
He defended Osama bin Laden, saying the terrorists shouldn't be prosecuted as he was unable to defend himself properly as he was not in the U.S. at the time. Whoa.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then he was counsel for Detective Giscard for the controversial Sean Bell case. And then what Diddy has told him mean the public will never hear the full reasoning behind him pulling out the case. Mr. Rico told the New York court, although I have provided Sean Combs with high level legal representation expected by the court, under no circumstances can I continue effectively to serve as counsel for Sean Combs. There are sufficient reasons related to protections afforded by the attorney-client privilege for brevity in my application for withdrawal as counsel.
We ain't gonna never find out. Man, let's write a book or something about it. He one of them. Oh, he seemed like he one of them old school lawyers that ain't gonna tell you shit. He got his degree in 81. He ain't telling y'all shit.
Because he ain't about to lose his license.
And he wants some other clients and stuff too.
What the fuck is going on? I'm gonna call some of my attorneys and be like, okay, what would be the reason that somebody would quit a case just weeks out from going to trial?
I wonder if they offered him a deal and he won't take it and he don't want to go to trial.
Yeah, it could.
And he looking at all the evidence like, dude, you need to take this 5 that they finna give you
because you could potentially get more.
Right, and I'm gonna look stupid in court potentially. Like this evidence is way too much for me to try to go in here. Take this 5 and keep it pushing. And like basically his client may not be listening to him.
And I can see that. I can hella see that.
No, I ain't doing no time. I already been in here 9 months.
And then I wonder if it's gonna be something where when this trial starts, if in the middle of it, they tell Puffy like, so this is what we was trying to prevent from happening.
Do you want to waste taxpayers' money on this?
Do you want to go back to the table and we can offer them a deal and then see if the prosecution accepts that? Because now you're looking at 15 versus the 5. And you probably wouldn't have did the whole 5.
You already served damn near a year already.
Yeah.
By the time you would get out of court, get out of your case, you would serve at least 8-9 months. So and then you probably do another 1.5 to get out of there. You do 5 years probation, then you can leave the country and go hang out with Russell Simmons. Simple. Man, I'm just wondering, and maybe it's so much mountain of evidence. He like, dude, and maybe he's doing it for his own good. Of like, and what I mean by that is a lot of, and I'm not, and this is just me being totally bigoted in saying this. Whole bunch of white lawyers will just take his money, regardless if they're gonna win in court or not, just to juice somebody's money. Maybe he like, dude, I ain't gonna keep taking your money. You need to take this 5 years and quit bullshit. Because if we go to court, you just go, and I'm not gonna go do it. Because it's not, I'm telling you, you got all this evidence here. Don't you see? They probably in the thing. Don't you see all this shit? That's all this shit they got on you.
Right. Like, listen.
All these files.
All this shit.
Like, one of the big tables in the room when you go visit somebody, then all this is against you. And I got 3 more trips I can make back to the car.
It's like the boy, with the evidence that the person was, look, here, and then here is the string that go here, yes. And then here.
and he didn't put it. He's like, that's you in the middle. And everybody else connected you is already flipped. Baby. Like they already for to testify against you,
baby, because that's what it is, and that's what I was, like trying to. I think I really want to say this to you niggas. That was so aggressive. I want to say this to you niggas, but I think y'all having a hard time, kind of understanding what's happening because you're so heavily rooted, and you don't understand that your mind has been programmed a certain way that you don't even know when you are responding or perpetuating patriarchal, misogynistic, misogynoir views. And here's the thing, maybe Puffy was your hero for a lot of people, which I could see that.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, as our girl Glorilla says, the day gotta end, and the nigga is a monster because he could have did a lot of that great stuff without being a fucking dick and coercing people to do things, putting his hands on people. And it'd be one thing if it was like, okay, we had this incident that he, denied, and then the tape came out and was like, But it has been a consistent thing that has been happening throughout the course of his career. If you watch those documentaries that are on the different platforms, you have people speaking out that knew him from college. And then even how he handled the situation that happened at that school, that basketball game, and how he lowballed those families in a payout. Like later when he was on and popping, so they could like drop those cases against him. I was just like, it's just unfortunate. And, one of the girls that even died in that got trampled was supposed to be one of his homegirls. So that he gave tickets to. So, I challenge y'all to challenge our brains and unlearn a lot of the stuff that y'all think about, how y'all respond to women, and different situational things that even happen to men out here. Because like a lot of this stuff, like it's not just women that this happening to, it's men. It's men that are a part of some of these lawsuits. So I just say that, keep that in mind. And you and I talked about this, and to stop looking at it from the perspective of, they wanted to be there, regardless of what it was. Certain things just didn't have to happen.
Yeah.
And that's all. We're going to leave it at that.
All right, Dom. It's our favorite. Well, I mean, I guess one of the weirdest people that we have been introduced to. And once again, we have to blame Kanye West for even introduced this woman. Amber Rose has come out and said that the reason that everyone is mad at Drake is for no reason, that just because he's biracial, and she understands. Here we go.
Question for you, speaking of Toronto.
Yeah.
Kendrick or Drake?
Drake.
Hey! Yeah. Fuck yes, Amber!
Yeah.
Oh, God!
Let me tell you something. People want to act like Drake is not the voice of our generation.
He
because,
is.
like, okay, maybe he lost one rap battle and stuff like that, but you can't take away everything that Drake has done for us as far as
2 rap battles. He lost to Pusha T to the 2 rap battles he's lost.
Oh, yeah.
memories.
Yeah. Go ahead. What'd you say, Don?
Continue. I'll get on her ass in a second.
For 15 years.
And like, you can't do that. And Drake is biracial. And I'm for the biracials.
Hell yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Good. You're like the only LA person to say that, and I
I
appreciate
don't give
it.
a fuck. I'm for Drake 100%.
He has more hits than any other rapper by far. Like,
yeah,
by
for
far.
sure.
He's the best.
Like, they just want to fucking throw him away, and that's what people do. They build you up to throw you away, and I think it's complete bullshit. So I'm going with Drake.
But what did he fucking do to piss everyone off at the same time?
He's biracial. That's what happens.
That's what it is?
Like, if like with a biracial person, like sometimes when they don't like you, they'll just be like, you're acting white, you're acting light skinned, you're not like us. And it's just like, I've been through that my whole life, so I will always have Drake's back for that reason alone.
Wow, okay. I have is light skin still? I thought light skin was out for me to say.
You can say light skin.
Light skin's in?
Yeah, you can say. What are you saying? Because you're white, you can't say light skin?
Yeah.
Oh, you can say light skin.
Someone checked me on it once.
No.
You can't say light skin. Okay.
You can say light skin.
Okay. My best friend my whole life is light skin, and he said something deep to me once. He said, when you do Christmas and you do both families, you're the white kid at the black Christmas, and you're the black kid at the white Christmas.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck, that's deep.
Yeah, that's how it is.
Wow. Right?
But honestly, I mean, like, it really just depends on your family.
Yeah.
Okay, so Team Drake.
Fucking right.
Team Drake, hell yeah.
I don't listen to Kendrick. I listen to Drake.
Yeah, everyone does. They want to fucking act like they don't. Like, Drake is the voice of our generation. I don't give a fuck who you are.
Okay, question.
Go ahead, though.
This is coming from a girl that says she's not black.
Mm-hmm.
So when people try to label Amber based on her proximity to blackness and growing up in Philly and all these different things, you say you from the hood, but when it came down to it, it was like you was Cape Verdean and something else. You were not a nigga. So that's why there's when they went to college.
Is a black for the record, people.
We know that. We know that. But people want to be black when it's convenient. Everybody wants to be black when it's convenient, but then when it comes time to lay the groundwork and to do the work, nobody want to be black. You're not affected by XYZ. And we see this quite often. So this actually came up on College Hill with her and Jocelyn. And it led to
Jocelyn beat her up, right?
Well, BET, after she did the Trump thing, BET released that clip, and it was kind of a draw. They both got hits in. Okay. And that's me being honest. Like Amber Rose, what she did was some sucker shit though. She was like walking out the room, and then she did the sneak attack on Jocelyn.
Oh, she snuffed her then. Damn.
Yeah. So it was messed up. But when you was all out here parading with Kanye West, you was black. You was that black girl from Philly. And now it's like, I'm this, I'm that. And it's just like, oh, now I'm biracial.
But we got to blame Kanye for this, though. He's the one that made us even put her in a lexicon for us to even care about her. We got to blame him. Got to.
But at the end of the day, I really think what's fucked up about all of this is that people are not seeing the bigger picture here. So for you to feel like, people don't like Drake because he's biracial means that you just said that this person is the voice of our generation, but you're not even immersed in our culture to understand.
No, she's fucking being a troll, and she's doing this fucking. She's grifting, man. She's grifting, Dom. She's grifting.
You think
she
so?
Know all this shit. Yeah, she's fucking grifting.
I don't think you are immersed in
what the fuck she's doing.
No, I don't think you, regardless of who your baby daddies are, I don't think.
No. I'm saying she know what she's doing she's grifting. You know what I'm saying? She's doing anything that anti-regular black people are saying. It's to make money.
But that's what I'm saying. So this is how and that's my problem. Because just the other day when Jocelyn called you out, you wasn't black. And now today you black and you're biracial.
But okay, which
I would have challenged. Which would have been a good interviewer. Would have said, okay, so you identify as biracial. What is your race? Like, what is your background? What's your heritage?
No, I would have just said, what about J. Cole? But we don't be talking crazy about J. Cole. J. Cole is biracial. What's the difference? Big difference.
But somebody could say that J. Cole technically isn't as big of a star as a Drake. He's a big star. I said that could be her pushback because it was
white people like Drake though. That's
what I'm saying.
About how black people feel about.
That's what I'm saying. So that would be the pushback on that, right?
Yeah.
But I just, it's tough because we understand the concept of like dissecting certain things. Okay, so you said this. So let's stay here for a second. You say you're biracial. We know that Drake is black and white. How do you identify? And then would have saw what you said, but then would have said, well, recently on the episode of College Hill, on the last season of College Hill, you said that you were Cape Verdean. That's how you identified. So why does that change today versus what happened then? So there are ways where you could have, I would have, but again, these are people that are not trained media representatives, and here we are. But I'm just confused, girl. like, yeah, they say they not like us, like we're not like them or whatever.
But we don't say that about J. Cole.
We don't, nigga. We
Right,
be
so
forgetting
that's biracial.
because. But here's the thing: is that J. Cole ain't out. J. Cole is an Aquarius one.
Mm-hmm.
But so J. Cole is at least from what we've seen, has authentically been showing up as himself his entire career. Yet mixtape J. Cole, all of that to mainstream. J. Cole ain't switched up, which is why he was like, when that shit started and he thought he was talking about him, he was like, he said something when he realized that and what that was, he was like, shit, this ain't got shit to do with me. Let me exit. Because that's what I'm like. I'm like, now who did what? I was like, you know what? They don't got shit to do with me, and I'm gonna leave it alone. Q
told him, hey man, this ain't got nothing to do with you. Just step on the side on this one. Like, all right, you got it.
But ultimately, people are missing the mark in why people, could be a little upset with like frustrated with Drake and his success, because it is like this person has cosplay. When you look over, there's different eras of Drake where it's like he's this different person, and Drake is within himself. He's acting.
But that's what Amber Rose does.
We know that, so that's
why she would say that she identifies with him, and he's the poster child of nation, because all these cats be just grifting.
But correct, which is why I said that we have a problem, because you don't know who you are. You're not comfortable and confident in who you are, and one day is this, the next day is that. Ain't nobody trying to hear that. Like, nobody's trying to hear that, and what you're saying is incorrect. And the only thing that she might be a little right about, and black folks, we know how it is with our mixed relatives. You gonna get a joke.
Yeah, you talking about like that? Yeah, like you acting light skinned and all that stuff. Yeah.
But we ain't about to be like you. We ain't treating you white. We gonna crack a joke about you probably being high yellow or something, possibly. But nobody is on your ass like that, because we gonna accept
so many black people that have done a lot for black culture that are biracial, man. Bob Marley's biracial. Fucking Huey Newton. Yeah, Huey Newton. I was like Huey Lewis in the news. That's in my mind. I was thinking Huey Lewis in the news. Huey Newton was a light-skinned brother. Malcolm X's mom was biracial.
Yeah,
like there's so many other people. We could keep going on and on and on. I mean, Jan Matzingler, the first person that made a shoe patent, is a mixed brother. Alexander Dumas that wrote
the I Only Listen to 90s Music podcast is a show for 80s babies who were 90s kids. If you were a No Limit soldier, then this is your show. If you believe that Cash Money is not an army but was a Navy, this is the show for you. If you and your friends ever tried to sing a song written by Escape, In Vogue, Shy, or Voiced Men at a talent show during middle school, this is your show. The I Only Listen to 90s Music podcast is a bunch of 80s babies talking about all the songs and things that we loved when we were kids and teenagers. So if you went to the skating rink and you were at a lock-in, this is the show for you. If you think that Tevin Campbell was the original Prince of R&B, this is the show for you. If you don't understand the conflict between Monica and Brandy, but you're kind of on Monica's side and understand why Brandy got punched, this is the show for you. Make sure that you tune in, subscribe, click the little subscribe link. We're here. We're going to talk about all things 90s music. This is the show for you.
The Three Musketeers, light-skinned brother, and biracial brother. Like, I mean, it's just...
If you lame, you just lame, and just let it be that. Like,
we don't talk about John B like that, and he white. We don't.
Here's the difference.
Hold on. Do we talk about what's my other dude? Do for Love. Can't remember his name now.
No. It's right there. Ain't his name Bob? No.
Bobby Caldwell.
Yes, Bobby. I was like,
we don't say anything about Bobby Caldwell like that.
And y'all talking about Michael McDonald.
Michael McDonald, we don't talk about him like that.
No, I'm not the biggest fan, but
I love Michael. Shout out to C from St. Louis, you know, right?
That what the hell shit. Okay. Now so is Nelly. And
I'm just saying, but Michael McDonald's the truth though. Don't hate on Michael McDonald and the Doobie Brothers. We don't say that about Average White Band. Look here. Do not hate on Michael McDonald. Look, the Average White Band. We don't say KC and the Sunshine Band. We don't get mad at them. If you doing stuff in the culture, you do stuff in the culture, and it's cool. As long as you're being authentic to who you are, we will accept you. He's not authentic. She's not authentic. That's why we don't fuck with him.
Just corny. And this thing, and we always say this here. We don't have no issue with him. We have our songs that we like. Like I told you, I have, you know, Drake. I was like, I love Take a Shot for Me. Practice. What's my other jam? What's the one? With Janae Aiko. What's up? Been a minute since we kicked it. You've been caught up, man.
Is that on the McCloud's album? Is that on McCloud's album?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, because Rihanna was on Take Care. Yes. So the Head in the Clouds, Janae Aiko. That was my jam.
You got some joints. I say he's the voice of the generation. First of all, for her to even say that is some disingenuous bullshit. Because what fucking issues he spoke on to be talking about the voice of a generation? Fucking hoes and getting money? Unless that's what you want the generation to be identified as.
And in a generation where
backdooring niggas for their girls, like that's what we. I mean, that's
and in a generation where we still listen. And honestly, you got hoes still rapping. You got Kanye West still rapping. At peak Kanye before it overlaps.
Low-key, man. You know what? A lot of people try to give Kim the reason. Hey, a lot of people try to give Kim the reason that Kanye fell off. Hey, man, we need to investigate if Amber Rose is the reason he fell off, because he was messing with her during My Dark Twisted Fantasy, and that's been the last good album he's had. Find me one. Where everybody was just fucking with it. Find me one. Find me one. Not the Jay-Z album. Not the Jay-Z album. Not the Watch the Throne.
Watch the Throne. I was gonna say I kind of like Life of Pablo. I got songs on there that I like.
I mean, that's fine. It's a fine album, but when we talking about where everybody
but it's not top tier yay. It's not top tier yay.
Yay is My Dark and Twisted Fantasy. My Dark Twisted Fantasy.
Yeah, My Beautiful Twisted Dark Fantasy. Runaway, that's so good.
Yeah,
Runaway, so good.
And he was fucking with Amber then.
Oh, now light went out.
No, we just got one more. We just got one more down. We got one more. Hold on. All right, hold on. This one is special for you. I did not preview Dom on this at all. This is gonna be her direct reaction.
Thing, mother and daughter sharing the same husband and baby daddy. You know, it's such a beautiful thing.
It's not often that a mom and daughter are pregnant at the same time, let alone by the same man, but we wouldn't want things to be any other way. So when I found out that my mom was pregnant and by the same man as me, honestly it was unexpected, because again, we weren't trying at all for a baby, but I don't think there was ever a moment in my mind where I was upset about it. It was pure joy and bliss for me, to know that I get to carry a baby alongside the woman who birthed me, and that our baby's going to share that, DNA from the same man. And, he's been so supportive and sweet, and I couldn't imagine things any other way now.
I really crave the sweet and salty, and so, anything from potato chips dipped in ice cream to pizza drizzled with chocolate. I try to get Nick to...
Nah. The brother's name is Nick Yardy. This probably is a joke, but I just want to get your general thoughts.
This better be a joke. This better be a joke. And see, this go back to that shit we was talking about with that slave play when we was talking offline.
That's where I wanted to go with this. That's where I wanted to go with this.
Because ain't no way in hell. And that woman looked like she done been through menopause several times.
Yeah.
And I'm just, ain't no way. This got to be a joke. And y'all got to stop letting these. Never mind.
He's a pretty popular YouTuber. Looks like he's got like 3.3 million subscribers on YouTube. It's a pretty big following.
Okay. Because I know niggas will fuck anything, any and everything. Y'all gotta stop being so damn stupid. And what happened to condoms? What happened to fucking responsibly? Because this cannot be real. And I want to say something, but I'm gonna keep it cute because I don't want nobody to ever cut up something that I said and come back and be like, well, you said, and I'm like, and I sure did. Because I don't want to mess up my bag. But y'all got to stop being so damn stupid. I'm like, y'all don't want people to say certain things about y'all. And then you play into certain stereotypes and do dumb shit like this. Now, what happens when none of this works out?
You mean this
what happens
joke?
when the mama? What happens when the mama and the daughter fall out? Or you don't want nothing to do with either one of them because you done met another hot piece of ass.
He's a young dude. I think this is all a joke. If you
It gotta be a joke. This is a joke. This is a joke.
It's gotta be a joke. It's gotta be a joke.
Cause like you can't be that dumb.
Yeah, and my mother you to be doing that. I mean, now we living in the new Trump era where anything is possible. I mean, we got Steve Smith out here we talked about earlier. You know, Amber Rose is out here doing this. I mean, it could be. I don't know what timeline we're on though. You know, like they say we're, you know, certain Earths that we're on in and things like that. I don't know what Earth we in now. I think Earth 616 is a 616. I think that we're supposed to be in for Marvel. Yes, Earth 616 is the Earth we're supposed to be in our the regular Marvel timeline. We got to be on 715 or something, like somewhere else than went off. And I need to get back to 616 at some point. I don't know how. Or the girl in 616 is having a good time and living somewhere totally different.
This is wow.
But Don, where can people hit you up at?
Y'all hit me up on YouTube. St. Angela's. I need my watch hours. I got my subs. I need my watch hours. They had to start over because I didn't hit the number by the end of the year. Okay.
Okay.
So it started over. So I got 200 and something watch hours now. When I was I felt like I was like halfway there last year.
Okay, let's run it up, y'all. Let's run it up.
Yeah, we got the podcast here. Please be sure to like, subscribe our content. I got some new episodes dropping this week. Whiskey Soured. And that's it. That's all I got. How you piss me off with that shit?
Hey, I had to go out. We had to go out that way. We had to go out that way. See ya.
All right, Lord.